All right, guys, here's a brand that I don't have on the channel a ton, but Spinnaker did send this over actually quite a while ago. Kind of shoved it in the back of the cubby over there and just never got around to it. Well, here we are. Let's take a look at this guy. This is the Spinnaker Hull, they call it, the SP5073-01. I'll put a link in the description to their website. When I look it up, the current model, I don't see the 01. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right place, but they now have the SP5073-11, and that will get you the fitted bracelet to go with this case. I quite like this leather strap. It's it kind of matches the overall look of this. It's very like Panerai type like look to it. So and it's typically not a style of watch that I was usually like gravitating toward, but I have to say, like, I put this on yesterday and I wore it all day today at work, and it's crazy comfortable because it has that cushion style case, and it had me thinking of looking at some other models like this kind of watch, this case shape and everything. So this one's definitely executed pretty dang good for being $315, and that's the bracelet model. I don't even know if you can get the strap model or what the price is for the strap model, but it's a 42 millimeter case. It's going to look bigger because of the dials bigger, and I'll show it next to the SKX in a minute. But 42 millimeter case and 47.5 lug to lug, so pretty short there. It's a little deceiving, honestly. This one's going to be on the thicker side of things at 15.5, but that's that double domed sapphire crystal, quite a big dome to it as well. So, and it's a little bit thicker because it is the Seiko NH35 movement in there, so it adds some thickness. If they would have went with, say, like a Miyota or I don't know, whatever. There's even some Chinese movements out there that use thinner movements. They could have got a really thin case out of this. I would have rather have been have that type of model to this. This case and this size, but really thin, kind of like some of the Panerais are, then I think you definitely have a home run. Maybe even go with a manual wind. But 22 millimeter lug width here. And like I said, the strap looks really good and it contours nicely. It feels like it's strong enough that it will hold up a while. Water resistant leather, whatever materials are used here, I'm not 100% sure, but kind of an alligator tone to it. Signed stainless buckle. Screw down crown. It's going to be 100-meter water resist. The function of the crown and everything, it's actually pretty solid. You can get a little bit of wobble out of it when you pull it out all the way, but not much. It's pretty stout. So, and it feels good, operating it as well. So, and of course it's going to be winding and hacking and all that stuff, and the date down at 6 o'clock. So decent dial layout there. I really like the heavy pinstriping on it. We can kind of try to zoom in. The anti-reflective coating on that sapphire crystal is very, very noticeable too. So you can see a nice heavily brushed handset that ties in with the brushed indices and the 3 and the 9. So when you get in certain light refractions here, they just like really become super legible depending on how you hit it light wise there. But you can see that dial is just, they did a killer job on the dial, and then kept their Spinnaker name nicely centered below the 12 there. Just kind of blends in with the dial. Excellent polishing on this thing. Nice little signed crown. Exhibition case back there. They put a bunch of printing on it though, so I don't know why companies do that. I guess they feel they have to do a little extra something, but I think by doing that extra, they've actually taken away from what it really is supposed to be. So not on board with that, but still pretty cool. Very minimal packaging as well. I mean, it's just the very minimal indeed. So really what you're paying for is, the watch. So, and that's at this price point, I think that's where you want to spend the money. You want, a nice case design and decent automatic movement and some good, good clean color, nice dial like this, nice handset and everything. So let me pop this on wrist real quick. I cannot find any information regarding what lume they use. I'll do a lume shot in a moment. But man, this thing just wears so good on wrist. Next time I'm at an AD that carries Panerai, I'm definitely going to try them on. I used to always just kind of like walk right past that section of the store and everything because I just dismissed it. But weirdly enough, you know, I try on this $300 Spinnaker, and I'm like, you know what? I might have to take a look at those Panerai again. I know they're a lot more money. So depending on whatever money you're spending, whether you're at the $300 range here for a Spinnaker, or, you know, even on the used market, these are going to, you're going to be able to get them for even less yet again. So, and it's just, they're a nice, good, comfortable watch. And then I haven't actually checked out the bracelet that they sell for this model too, but it looks, in the pictures, it looks nice. So here it is next to an SKX. So you can see size-wise, it's just going to have more wrist presence because of that large dial. But it's a very similar sized watch, honestly. You just don't have the dive bezel and everything like that. But sometimes that's just a fidget spinner. You don't need it. Sometimes you just want the date and the time. That's plenty. So let's pop these lights off and get a look at the Lume. I did take a sneak peek at it. It seems like it glows pretty good in green. So, well, greenish bluish. I don't know what blend that is. I mean, to my naked eye, it looks kind of greenish, but on the camera, it looks almost bluish. So I don't know if it's a BGW9 formula. It's hard to say. I legit couldn't find any info on it, but it's a decent amount of Lume. I'm not disappointed by no means. So, all right, big thanks to Spinnaker for sending this over, and thanks, guys, for watching. I'll catch you on the next vid.